Hello, welcome to Cinephile's Entertainment. I'm the Cinephile critic, and today I'll be reviewing this movie. You know what? Let's drink to Scotland. Kingsman and the Golden Circle. So Kingsman and the Golden Circle is a film directed by Matthew Vaughn and stars Taron Egerton as Anwink, or Eggsy, as he was known in the first one by his mates, Colin Firth as Harry, Channing Tatum as Tequila, Pedro Pascal as Whiskey, Juliana Moore as Poppy. So something has happened to where, the place where the Kingsmen operate from. And so you find Unwig and Merlin teaming up and going to America to see their American counterparts and try to put right what was wronged. So what's happened is Juliana Moore's character, Poppy, she's a drug dealer and she supplies narcotics and weed to, the world's marketplace. She doesn't like the fact the way how she has to live her life as in exile. So she has put something in the product that if the President of the United States doesn't meet her demands, these people will not get the cure that they need in order to stay alive. They will die due to something else being in the product. And so that's what the Kingsmen and the American counterparts are doing. They are trying to stop this woman and, bring the cure to the people who need it. So when I was watching it, I watched the first one and then the second one was screened, which was a midnight showing. And actually watching the first one, I forgot how good of an action film and just how good of a film the first one is. The villain is great. His sidekick is fabulous. Anwig, or Eggy, or Egg, I think it's Eggy, is brilliant. Colin Firth, one of the things that really stood out, or one of the scenes that really stood out to a lot of people, is the church scene. So how does the second one fare? Because usually when it comes to sequels, they usually are not that good. Well, let's put this into perspective. If you have a concentrated drink, and in order to drink that concentrated drink, you need to dilute it with water. So let's say you take a glass, you pour some concentrated drink in, and then you pour your water. Now, there is a point where the concentrated drink and the water ratio gives you the perfect beverage for yourself. The perfect taste of the concentrated drink and water, so it's still refreshing. And then there's a point that even if you thought, you know what, I think I need to put a bit more water in it, where you can still add a little bit more water and the concentrated drink and water will still be fine. Not as in its perfect state, but still good, still refreshing, still palatable. More than palatable, still delicious, still refreshing. But then there's a point when you go above that and you dilute it to the point where it no longer works. It's too watery, but the flavors of the concentrated drink has been diluted too much, so you can't really taste it. It doesn't have that nice taste anymore. And that's kind of how I feel with Kingsman, the Golden Circle. The first two acts is amazing, but when it comes kind of halfway through the second act to the third act, what lets this film down is choices. I felt that some scenes didn't have to be in there, or if they decided to have those scenes in, they could have shortened them, because having this elongated scene, what happens is it starts diluting how good this movie could have been. Kingsman, the Golden Circle is still a good movie. I will still say it's a good sequel, but it's not a great sequel. And I feel that, they kind of missed it with just the editing. If they had left certain scenes out, if they had shortened certain scenes, I think the pacing would have been better. I think this film would have been hitting, it would have been a great sequel. My breakout star, hands down, is definitely Channing Tatum. He gives that energy that this film, needs. He's only in the film for a short moment of time. The other breakout person that I say that was wonderful in this film, Pastro, is one of the people in the film that makes this film good, that makes this film watchable, that makes this film entertaining. So is Taron as well, as, you know, Colin Firth. But Pastro, he really adds another flavor in, you know, into this film. I would say that the action film is only as good as its villains. Juliana Moore's character, Poppy, in the first and second act, she was good. And, you know, she made this film like I was liking the villain. I was like, okay, okay. But then the third act happened and it just left me a bit, oh, I wish they could have tightened it a little bit more. The thing that I like about it is the continuity. The way how they take certain aspects of what was in the first film and bring it into this film but slightly change it is fantastic. It's one of the best parts of the movie. And again, most of those things are in the first and second act. There are some good things in certain films, but they don't bring it forth into the second film and change it, or the third film and change it slightly. And Kingsman did that wonderfully. The continuity, there's certain action that happened that is a reference to the first Kingsman, and they did it. It was wonderful and also much more relatable. That continuity aspect really worked for this film, and it gave, you know, it gave the film that much more sense of fun. Despite some of its shortcomings, I really did enjoy and liked Kingsman 2. I'm going to be rating this film as E for entertaining. So, have you seen Kingsman, the first one? And if so, have you seen Kingsman, The Golden Circle? If you have, I want to know your experience. I want to know what you thought about it. Let's get this conversation started. I just want to say thank you for watching my review. If you liked my review, please subscribe. If you're like, oh, wait, and to see more of you, then tune in, and I hope to see you soon. And remember, until next time, keep safe. Bye.